Now, for a fun fact for everyone playing at home, we should have, unless I'm mistaken, we should have a card below the stream with a link to the Discord there.
Has anybody actually changed what the Discord link is? Oh, no, it's a different invite that was already up, so it's fine.
Okay, cool.
So it's going to be the band phase coming out for the blue team first, and Fiddlesticks being the first one. That's a little bit interesting.
Yeah, I know he's definitely really strong in this current patch, and as both a jungler and a mid laner, his gauge is really high. But they are up against a different team this time.
And Teemo Ban coming in immediately.
That is surprising.
No, it is not, actually. That one Asian guy is, I think, top 200 Teemos in the world or something.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, so we do know about that. And it looks like someone heard that, so no Teemo for him. I think he's Teemo support. I think he's like top 100 Teemo support or something.
I mean, I can see it, I guess. That there must only be about 200 Teemo support out there in the world.
And then we got the Vayne ban coming out from the blue team as well. All right, pretty solid ban. Oh, he's rank 44 overall in NA. Okay, cool.
That is wild.
The Yasuo ban coming out pretty standard for the red side.
For sure. I wonder, while we're getting into this, what the strategy is going to be for both of these teams. I wonder if we're going to see more of a focus on the engage here from the blue team, or if they're going to keep their previous strategy of really strong one-on-one lane. It looks like the way their bans are shaping up, they're trying to eliminate those really dominant 1v1 lanes. Which would make sense here if we do get the Viger pick. Monarch Grab having highly mobile, really strong one-on-one champions.
He is going to go ahead and lock that one in.
Yeah.
To a Poppy on Christopher. All right, and now Baroga's going to pick Pantheon. A lot of map presence there.
Yeah, absolutely. Whether he's in the jungle, the top lane, or even the mid lane. I've seen him played all three before. A lot of map presence, a lot of kill potential. Very, very strong pick there on the Pantheon.
All right, now it's up for that one Asian guy. As Teemo is banned out, so we're going to have to see something new from him. Maybe the one trick is dead. Not exactly sure. A Malphite, that is definitely not a small little yordle. And, all right, Malphite.
It looks like they are going for a much stronger lockdown engage there. The Viger stun and the Malphite ultimate.
Right. That would make sense.
They could definitely see some really, really strong team fights here. And the Kale.
I've heard some bad things
here. Yeah, seeing some stuff shaping up on the blue side. Let's see what red team answers with.
I've heard some bad things about the new Kale rework. Zillion
bad
coming
like
in.
Good or bad like bad?
Badly good.
Okay.
I'm not exactly certain though. But Finio is going to pick the Zillion, and then the second wave of bans is going to come out.
I don't blame him for the Zillion pick there. It looks like they just might need it. I don't know if you've ever seen Monarch Rap play that Viger before, but it is frightening.
Really? No, I haven't. And it looks like the Kasai ban, or Kaisa, however you say it, is going to come in from the red team. I don't know why. I just keep wanting Kasai.
It's the apostrophe, man. Names with apostrophes.
Kha'Zix. Yeah.
Draven
out. Leave
all the Void changes. I don't know what it is about the Void, but I don't know. The Void just likes to put apostrophes in the name.
I do not.
We got the Draven ban coming out from the blue team, and then the red team in response is going to ban the Darius, and I'm going to pass it back over to the blue team. Now the Darius is I definitely could see where they were like, okay, wait a minute.
Take a good look.
Yeah, absolutely.
The last you'll get.
Maybe trying to protect some of the lanes that still haven't been picked out. But also, I mean, from the red side, we're seeing some pretty standard bans here.
Right.
With the exception of the Teemo being kind of targeted towards that one Asian guy. The bans, pretty straightforward, banning out really strong champions in the current meta. From blue side, it looks like they're really focusing on cutting out Well, they're focusing on the bottom lane here mostly with those bans. 3 ADC bans, and if you count Fiddlesticks as a support, that's 4 bans for the bottom lane. It looks like they might be putting a lot of their eggs in one basket here.
Right, and
Last game,
the
bottom
banana
lane.
thrower coming in as well.
Oh yeah, I think they're going for a much stronger bottom lane presence than the last game. We saw it was pretty ugly once J4 got involved here.
All right, and the Sivir coming out from Sebi. Pretty good, solid pick. And the Tristana on the red side.
Interesting. I have not seen enough Sivir gameplay lately to make a judgment call one way or the other on that. I gauge potential is stronger on the Tristana. Sivir, though, has a lot of really good team fight potential and split push potential with her mobility, giving her the opportunity to run out of there and both make it to lanes in need or lanes of opportunity, as well as get out of dodge whenever trouble finds its way towards her. I do think blue team really has a strong team fight potential, like I was saying, with the Viger, the Malphite, and the Kale. Zillion pick, I think, is going to be really, really important for the red team, trying to keep more presence, basically getting a free Zanya's there, or Guardian Angel, excuse me, with his ultimate. The Pantheon pick, I think, is going to be really big at trying to keep some lane presence here. And making sure that nobody gets caught out, which is what we've seen a lot in games of past. That oftentimes what starts one team fight is somebody getting caught out, and at that point, that fight is pretty much lost.
Yeah, definitely. And we're gonna go ahead and hop into the spectator delay right here. And I don't know, while setting up the stream, why I didn't just think about putting the poster and the logo next to each other, but it seems to work out pretty well. Taking bets right now, I'm definitely going to have to say the blue team. I don't think the red team, I don't think it's going to be... I do know there are some very good players on the red team, but the blue team just looks so much stronger to me.
Absolutely. Plus, blue team's already warmed up there.
Yeah, some of them, yeah. All right. So, Toast, when you came back in, I was doing a shameless plug, so we're going to consider that one finished. And do you want to hop into the next one?
The next shameless plug?
Right. Yep, that's you.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm sure you've heard about it by now, but just in case you haven't, we have an upcoming event on the 30th of this month, our Tandem Throwdown. If you've never played in a tandem before, I highly recommend you show up to this. You might find yourself pleasantly surprised. A tandem, for those of you that don't know, is a 1v1 with 4 players. 2 players each controlling the same computer, one on the keyboard, one on the mouse. It is an absolute blast and very, very hectic, very crazy, very fun. We're doing it for League of Legends and Overwatch. Competitors are going to be up on a stage being shoutcast by Mythic and myself, streamed live to our Twitch channel. It's going to be awesome.
I definitely agree with that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to have a good time. I'm excited to see the tandem event so much.
Yeah,
I've
100%.
never seen one before, and I probably should just look some up so I don't get my hopes up.
I don't know if there is a whole lot of footage of tandem events. I haven't seen a whole lot out there. It's not a very common thing, but I think you'll agree with me after this one that it really should be.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a very fun little game. Let's see.
For sure. So I do want to point out here the Kale pick on blue side. Almost forgot this. The Kale pick on the blue side is a counter pick for the Pantheon. Kale does find herself being one of his stronger counters, at least for her last original.
Right. I do remember that now that you've mentioned that.
Yeah, so I think her rework is still going to keep that up. Drufus saying, "Feed them the Yordle there." Ripping pasta, the Viger. But yeah, I definitely like the setup here on the blue team. I think if red team wants to win this game, I'm going to go ahead and throw out a prediction here for this one. I'm going to give this one to the blue team.
Right.
Like we were saying, I think if red team wants to have a chance to win this, they're going to have to split push. They're going to have to use Tristana's mobility and Pantheon's lane presence to split push this game. Poppy can help stall out the team fights with her little hammer knockback. Zillion can also help with some survivability there, like I said, with the free GA, Lux, and her stuns. If they want to take this one home, they're probably going to have to stall out the team fights or try to avoid them altogether and split push their way to a victory. Likewise, on the blue side, I think if they want to take this one away, they're going to have to try to force the team fights, focus in on the objectives like Dragon and Baron, and try to force team fights and win those team fights. And even if they don't force the team fights, if they can win the objective battle, I think even against a split push, that might give them the edge that they need to take this one home.
Right, right. I'm trying to get my little band straightened up, I guess. And I did figure out what the keys are, by the way. So I figured it out.
Oh, nice, nice.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then QWERTY. Anybody watching from home, take notes. Because I definitely didn't know what they were. Shame on Zill. Alright, so it looks like Malphite. Where are my smites at? There we go. Then that. Alright, looks like that's going to be good now.
Awesome.
Jungle starting on both sides, pretty standard.
Still haven't seen an invade yet. I always love seeing those early game invades. They usually bloody. For those of you that have seen this stream more than once, you'll know that I love me a bloody man.
It looks like we're going to get a little bit of action already onto the Soraka. They're going to put down some damage. You know. And Poppy's going to come in just to make sure the flash, and it's going to call out all the flashes too. Zillion almost
Four
dead.
flashes getting blown here. 5 flashes. Look at that. Almost 2 kills there for the red team. Both of them just barely getting away by the skin of their teeth with some flashes over the wall. Here I was talking about having no invade, and red team just decides to go for it. YOLO.
Oh, and Lux going to land the stun and the arcane comment on there. Just root the Viger down. Not going to go for any more damage there.
So up in the top lane, we're seeing a lot of zoning onto the Malphite from Pantheon. Not surprising. Malphite, not a very strong lane champion.
But in the jungle, Kale is going to be creeping around near. Oh, in mid lane, Lux with that stun, I almost missed it out of nowhere, getting the kill on the Viger.
First blood there, thanks to the Poppy gank in the middle.
Thanks, Directed Cam. And Pantheon going to be running away, but that's not going to be enough. Run straight into that Kale. Gets the stun off, though, so might live to fight another day as the Malphite and Kale try to chase it down, but to no luck.
They're not going to have anything to stop that Pantheon quite yet. He's going to have a little bit too much health for them to bring him down. But he's a little bit shaken, and he's going to have to waste the pot on that.
Red team with that first kill there. That was good.
I can't believe I almost missed it as well.
Yeah, so what I saw, though, is the Viger tried to flash out, but it wasn't going to be enough, and the Lux got the root.
That range on Lux, you have to really be careful about it. Oftentimes, a flash is not enough to save you. Viger, though, is going to meet Poppy in the jungle.
And Poppy is getting chased a little bit going on.
Pantheon's going to come down to help. Blue team looks like they're going to back off a little bit as Lux also comes in to help protect. We might see a bit of a team fight forming up here. Some early level advantages coming in on the red team. especially up here in the top lane. It's going to be interesting to see.
Looks like something's going on. Poppy's getting caught out by this Viger just a little bit here. Going to put some damage down, but it's not going to be enough.
In the bottom lane, red team playing a dangerous game with Tristana at very low health here, whereas their counterparts are at maximum health. Trying to get some poking, and they're not getting far.
Ooh, and Zillion getting caught out right there, just in the crossfire.
The blue team. Soraka picking up a kill. Not often you see the Lord of the Bananas taking one home, but in this instance, her range and her damage is enough to clean up the Zillion. Tristana is going to sit under tower instead of backing.
Lord, is that a unisex word?
I've seen it used as a unisex.
Yeah, so have I, but I don't know if that's...
Is, but...
If I can't commentate on the game, well, I'm going to talk about English.
We don't have Air Force facts, so I mean, we might as well have.
Oh, I actually, so the one I do have, that's just off the top of my head. If you look under stuff like the SR-71 and stuff, because, okay, looks like we got some action. Tristana with the engage with such low health. And,
he is going balls deep.
And Soraka getting a kill.
He's going to pick up the kill on the Soraka without the Zillion. Poppy is going to come in to try to secure
and Sivir just looking like it's in a world of hurt right here as Poppy's just hitting him down.
Bomb.
And the double bomb onto it, but the pot is coming in.
Not enough. Zillion, not enough mana to pick up that kill. So close there to the double. Red team is going to spill some more blood, though, in the bot lane. Rest in peace.
Evening up for both teams with that 8.3 and 8.4k gold.
Pretty even so far. I don't think it's quite enough to get a dragon off of, although Poppy's set up for one with a ward as well as clearing out the Scuttle Crab.
Right, so as I was saying before, rudely interrupted by the game. So I've been in a lot of Air Force planes back in my home state. And so if you look at the SR-71 or the Blackbird, that formerly was one of the fastest flying planes in the world, there's going to be a little red squirrel. So I was cleaning one on the Air Force base, and I happened to ask, I said, well, why is there this squirrel here? So apparently back when the SR-71 was made, which I think is around the 1960s or 70s, around the Cold War era, they started a project called the Super Secret Squirrel Project, and that's what that means. So it basically means top secret information, which I don't understand why there was a red squirrel on there if it was top secret. But, you know, I guess if it's flying so fast, it's got the turning radius of Montana. You know, I think it'll work out. I think it's fine.
Fair enough. Another interesting fact about...
And Tristana just staying down here and just getting caught out by the Sivir and Soraka, having to run off, but the other Yordle's going to come in to try and save the day as Poppy gets that stun onto Soraka as well, but Sivir's going to get caught out too. Zillion chasing him down.
Sivir just about picking up the kill on
Soraka's got the hill, though. And the Poppy is about to go down.
Goes in deep. She picks up the kill, but is going to go down herself. Red team forced to back out now with a full health.
And we see Kale coming in, but deciding it's not worth their time. Sivir almost gets the kill onto Tristana.
Almost blowing the flash for that. Good play there by the red team, baiting out that flash. I will say, I don't know how I feel about the low health plays, but it's definitely baiting them in. Some really good engages there so far.
That Zillion almost getting chunked down too.
Look at this, Tristana, less than 100 health there. Taking the AoE from Sivir. They are either really, really confident, or they need to check themselves a little bit. They are close to giving up some really nasty doubles in the bot lane. Everywhere else has been pretty quiet this game so far. Back to what I was saying again, another fact about the SR-71, I don't know if you were seeing this when you clean it, you'll notice that the plates on the SR-71 that make up the skin of the plane don't quite fit together. They're a little bit loose. And in fact, the plane actually leaks fuel and coolant if left sitting for too long. The reason for that is that the plane heats up so much when flying at supersonic speeds that the metal that makes up the plane expands.
It shifts.
So as it hits maximum speed or close to it, when the plane heats up and expands, all the plates come together and fit perfectly with one another.
What is your basis for Air Force facts?
I've watched a lot of YouTube.
Okay, because mine was Junior ROTC. And I didn't know where yours came from.
Yeah, mine come from a lot of military.
And Poppy's gonna catch this Kale out right now and just hammer down.
Man, look at that damage. Kale is gonna have to try to run out here,
and
but
gonna have to flash.
Besides the flash, gonna try to bait her under the tower here. Almost another kill for the red team. We've seen a lot of
Malphite coming in, Viger coming in as well, gonna try and chase down that Poppy, and Poppy is actually gonna go through. Oh my gosh!
But
Malphite with the engage coming in as they're gonna try and take down. And they're gonna get down Pantheon.
Look at that damage from the Viger there. This is what I was talking about. If blue team can force a team fight just like that, bring the Malphite and the Viger to bear, they're pretty much going to win that one every time. Makes sense that most of the action's been revolving around the bottom lane. I wouldn't want to engage on Malphite, Kale, and Viger either, if it were me.
Right, right.
Danny VC says, give me more Air Force facts.
Yeah, I do see that.
I got another one for you then. Again about the SR-71 while we're on the top. So for as magnificent, advanced as the engineering.
Oh, it looks like we got an engage in the bottom lane, but Sivers just going to be too fast popping that ult.
Every time. So for as advanced as it was, and everything went into it, was engineered and developed before computers were used in mechanical engineering. All of it was done by hand by the engineers that made it. Incredible feat of engineering.
You're definitely right on that. I do remember that as well. And looks like Tristana going to get a little bit of damage off on the Soraka, but the Zillion is going to go down. I'm not careful, going to have to pop the ult here. Soraka gets rooted, and the Lux ult coming out. One auto attack is going to seal it for Spicy Dumplings.
See the red team, they smell the blood in the water, and they
right.
Trying to go in on the Kale here. They're going to end up backing off there. Sivers staying in lane to pick up CS, trying to eke out
the Pantheon going to come in on the Viger and put so much damage down along with the Smite. Or the Ignite, actually.
Malphite looks like he's going to come down through the jungle as well. He's going to get spotted by the ward there. Pantheon looks like he's coming up to meet him.
Alright, so, well, we've got a little bit of time. Can we get an Air Force Fax emote? Well, if we can get enough up for the subscribers, we can totally do that. So, Malphite's going to hit Baroga just a little bit there. That one Asian guy definitely playing a good game with the Malphite. The gold is still a little bit close to tie, with blue team edging out just for about 600.
That's true, and it's definitely, like you were saying, a really good game here for that one Asian guy playing Malphite into Pantheon. It's a tough lane. Pantheon, a really strong laner, and is very dominant, especially against spellcasters. Malphite, not very strong in the lane, not a very strong 1v1 champion. 99% of his utility comes from the team fight with his ultimate. But that being the case, though, he's still been playing really well against this Pantheon, still not giving up a death to him yet.
And as far as Air Force facts are concerned, here's one that a lot of people might know. I think it's the same in a lot of different branches. But the highest rank you can get as an enlisted in the Air Force is actually Chief Master Sergeant. Now, the thing about that is it's such a prestigious rank that there are only, I think, 3% of the Air Force, I think is what it is, can be a Chief Master Sergeant at one time. So you get a lot of people. Oh, it looks like they're gonna go in on Soraka right here. Every time the bot lane coming in, a lot of damage down onto both sides.
Poppy is gonna knock Sivir out of the way.
And the teleport coming in from the Malphite onto the Poppy.
Teleport, he's gonna pick up
the Zillion ult is gonna be too quick for it.
Looks like she's gonna have the mobility to get away there. What a play there by the Malphite with the teleport ultimate. And just like that, red team is forced to back off there, everything turning against them.
And you can see the ping for the dragon right there, them saying, okay, we got him low, now we need to go and push our priorities elsewhere.
For sure, although I think they are taking a little bit of a risk here. Malphite without the ultimate, if red team decides to engage on this, which doesn't look like they'll have time to do, they might find themselves in a spot of trouble. Malphite is actually going to go back to base, and the dragon is going to go down uncontested. That is the Mountain Drake. So red team's towers just got
and
all
now
that
they're going to go in
more
on red team. That was overextending anyway, and Sebi going to pick up the kill on the Finio.
Zillion finally going down. We've seen a lot of almost kills on the Zillion and the Tristana, and finally one of those almost turning into a definite.
All right, but because only so many can be Chief Master Sergeants, you get into something called what is Chief Locked, which means that there are too many Chiefs for anybody to rank up. Poppy gonna go for the engage one more time. It's still not gonna be enough. Blue team's gonna take down that turret and have to chase them back a little bit. Okay, but Chief locking is when Pantheon with the heal coming in, gonna chase and get the stun off onto Kale. Kale's gonna have to pop the ult here as Poppy's also going in. Silence onto the Pantheon, and there's so much damage. The Poppy gonna get it, but the kill's gonna turn back over. Sivir onto Pantheon.
Good trade there by both teams. Honestly, the Pantheon engage there I thought was just gonna be turn into a kill there for the red team, and they end up trading there thanks to the Sivir.
Right. Okay, Chief lock. When there are too many Chiefs and no one can rank up. Done. That's it. That's what it was. That was all I was...
All right, so does Chief Lock, can it be broken by people retiring out of
Yes, so it can be broken. That's what I was going to say. The reason why Chief Locking is so prominent is because, unless you do something horrible, you're not going to get demoted. And then that's pretty much the highest enlisted rank. So unless you want to go back and start all over again as an officer, which no one wants to do because they spent so long getting chief, you get in that situation where people are chiefs for a long time.
So now if you were to reach that rank and then decide you wanted to move on into the officer, would you have to start over at second lieutenant?
So yes, you do. Normally I think that is how that works. You will start over as second lieutenant. Typically what I've seen though, and that one Asian guy just gonna catch the Poppy out right there. There's a lot of action going on, but Dillian gonna pop that ult on himself.
Tiger in a bad spot, forced to flash away, and he's almost gonna eat the Lux ult. He is gonna get out of the way though and take Poppy with him. A lot of damage going in on the Malphite right now. Literally a mountain. I don't think it's gonna phase him. Tiger gonna hit the Lux stun there, trading stuns back and forth.
All right, and it looks like a little bit of downtime here, so we're going to show all the items because I keep forgetting, but Soraka is gonna get caught out by everybody. Oh, by everybody being Tristana and the Zillion, but blue team's not gonna be able to react in time.
In both of these games, we've seen a lot of support bloodshed.
Definitely. Pantheon getting a few hits on that tower.
I'm actually surprised at how red team has not been able to take a tower away from the blue team as of yet. As close as this game has been, it's like blue team has been able to capitalize on their victories more and just prevent enough.
And look at this engage from the Poppy right here onto the Malphite, but little do they know that the blue team is coming up, and we're gonna have the Viger come in with the Malphite.
They're gonna get the double stun there. Poppy forced to ultimate the Viger away, but it doesn't look like it's gonna do much good.
Yeah, that Kale's gonna be chasing down. That Poppy's so mobile, but so much damage going off onto her. They're gonna be able to do anything.
In the bushes, and it's gonna go nowhere. Sivir picking up the Poppy kill.
And you can see a lot of pings going out from both sides, trying to say what we need to do next, as Tristana is going to try and take that bot tower. And looks like blue team is pinging the Rift Herald, and they're going to go ahead and start that now and let Tristana take this wall. Malphite is going to push in the middle lane as well.
I think in the objective race here, blue team definitely coming out ahead, taking looks like it's going to be one tower and a Rift Herald. Red team's only one tower. Red team finds himself in a difficult position. Like I was saying, the only way they're really going to be able to win this game is from the Tristana split push. And we're seeing a little bit of that there from the bot lane, but it doesn't look like she's going to stay down there. Poppy is going down, looking like to set up for the upcoming dragon, possibly, or not. Zillion is going to. She thought about it and then changed her mind. Red team's going to want to fight this dragon here. And if I were them, I would start trying to do a split push, trying to draw blue team into either the mid lane or the top lane and sort of stall them out away from the split push and try to get some ground there. Really, at this point, it's going to be hard for them to fight this blue team with all that engaged. Also, on top of them losing the last couple of team fights.
And blue team just going to be too late to get that, to try and even contest that dragon.
They're definitely missing out on ward placement there. They've got a lot of wards up by Baron, and they're not putting a whole lot of emphasis down on the bottom side.
But we do know Baron's coming out. Malphite with the engage. Lux is going to just get caught so poorly right there.
Lux just got her cheeks clapped by that Malphite. I mean, literally clapped. You ever seen his auto attack? He literally clapped cheeks.
He does.
And he's going to go right from that to taking on Pantheon in the top lane, forcing that split push back as the rest of his team.
And the blue team is going to summon the Rift Herald onto the mid lane. It looks like that might be that mid tower.
This one's going down for sure.
And Viger going to get the quick kill on the Poppy. Pantheon with the ult coming in. Going to try and get something started. But it's not going to be enough here. Just so much damage going out onto them.
With the range there from the Sivir, getting some good poke damage in as Red Team forced to run back to their next tower.
Ooh, and that Lux ult coming out and hitting Spicy Dumplings.
Although, let's be honest, she's a Soraka. It's not going to stay there for very long with that crazy heal potential she has. Although,
and there comes the heal in right there. Viger just missing the stun.
Some tower shots going onto the Sivir there. She is forced to pop her Globo heal to get them out of that one. Again, just such a strong team fighting composition they have here. Even Soraka, which we've seen give up a few deaths so far in this game, her utility, as well as her zoning potential, just goes to augment and enhance even more the team fighting.
Look at Poppy looking for the engage here. Gonna go in on the KO and get the stun, and coming down from the Viger. Will it be enough?
Pop that ultimate though to get away.
Malphite just chasing them down. Sivir's gonna get the kill onto Pantheon.
Good kill. Tristana and Zillion divided and forced away from the Lux and the Poppy right now. Blue team in a little bit of confusion over who they're going to go after.
Ooh, and that stun almost hitting the Sivir. Look at the Malphite coming around right here, chasing both sides here.
They're going to try to pincer them here, run them all the way into top, fight under the tower.
And look at the recall coming in from Poppy. But Poppy sees him and is going to have to run around to try and get to the Lux.
Look at that, breaking ankles, this Poppy.
Oh my god, and Lux coming
What
out.
a play. Look at that, is absolutely crazy. Red team was able to rally their tower. Both teams are going to back off, it seems.
Even with the advantage from blue team, the CS is looking pretty good on both sides.
Yeah, surprisingly, even though we've seen a lot of really strong team play from them, it's been a really close game. Props to Red Team. You know, we've seen Pantheon definitely with the split push in the top lane, and now he's rotated down towards the bottom here. Tristana also taking care of some business up in the top lane here. I just think Blue Team has had a better answer for everything.
Right, definitely.
It's like Blue Team is going to want to start setting up for the Baron. They're moving that way, it looks like. They're starting to ping it up here, picking up the scuttle.
Red team going to notice this and respond a little bit. Excellent ward placement.
They do have some good wards back there.
Ooh, and they're going to get all spotted out right there as everyone throws everything they have into that bush.
That is a dangerous bush to be in.
Poppy Viger gonna get the stun, and Poppy just gonna get blasted down. But the Zillion ult coming in just in time as Pantheon taking a lot of damage. The Poppy ult coming through, gonna push him back just a little bit.
She is breaking out the wood there, knocking Blue Team almost all the way through the lane.
And Red Team's health is so low right now; they cannot take a team fight.
Zillion and Luck look like they're going to be left to defend this tower.
And we see the dragon coming up in about 10 seconds here, so blue team's going to be able to set up for that and just get another advantage.
Yeah, definitely smart. I think they have enough lane pressure on red team to not really have to worry about this, as well as down in the bottom lane. We see them putting a lot of emphasis around the Baron, and they left another Mountain Drake open for the blue team to take. That's now 2 Mountain Drakes on the blue side. That's going to make not only the towers, but Baron as well extremely squishy for this blue team. Red team is going to have a hard time fighting over Baron.
Right, definitely. Hopefully they can pull out something miraculous here. I don't want the lead to get too far away from them. The blue team with about 6k gold up. Malphite going with the engage, going to get both the Poppy and the Lux. It's not going to matter, though. So much damage.
Poppy is going to go down to the Kale. Kale is
they're chasing down the Zillion, too. I don't think the ult's going to be up, so that's going to be a kill.
Double kill for the Kale. And they're going to keep pushing this one under the tower. They've completely left Baron by the wayside. They don't even need it. They're 2 kills in. They're going to try to get a tower out of this one. Pantheon going to take some damage. Trying to get some poke out from the red team under this tower, force the blue team off, and they're just going to go back and take Baron off of that.
Yeah, and blue team is saying, like, all right, well, now we're going to go do Baron now that we got 2 kills. And I don't even think red team's going to be able to contest this that much. Poppy, Pantheon, and Tristana look like they're going to make their way forward, but I don't think they're going to have enough time. They're just DPSing this.
Damage going down to this Baron. It's going to die before they even get there.
Almost, but it's not going to be enough.
Red team's going to have to back off pretty quickly here. They're going to just try to form a defensive line at this point under their towers. Try to
look at the Soraka. The Soraka's so low.
She's making the plays, man.
Yeah, she is making it happen right now. And it looks like both teams are grouping up in mid right now.
I think blue team wants to put this one away. They've got the Baron buff.
And almost, that damage going out over the Zillion, already popping the ult. Looks like it's not going to be enough, but Poppy, yeah, just get caught out right there.
And she's going to have to flash away.
Getting chased by the Sivir, going to have to pop the flash there.
Team just clearing out some of the defensive boards, trying to get some deep ward placement into the jungle here. Also taking the red buff, why not? I mean, it's there. Free real estate.
And blue team gonna get their first base tower. Such a good stun coming out from Lux. Or was that Lux? I think it was. And the fight is gonna break out right here, but blue team is saying, no, not today. We're gonna have to back off from that one.
Yeah, they don't quite have the minion presence there to take that fight on the inhib.
Looks like they're gonna rotate over to bot. Yep. And leaving Viger alone just to deal with this enemy team. Pantheon's gonna chase him. And that's a lot of damage coming out on the Viger. Even with the Soraka hill, it's not gonna be enough.
Poor Viger.
Ooh, but that Sivir damage is almost getting that Zillion.
Hey, but I forget who it was asking in chat. They did just feed him the Yordle there. Someone wanted to see the Yordle get fed to the red team. And,
oh, that is Zillion with those stuns coming out, and the root coming out from Lux too as Malphite goes for the engage. Pantheon, coming in from behind, but it's not going to be in a good place. Roga's just going to get blasted down.
Look at that, a beat down onto the Pantheon.
And Lux is so low right now, Kale's going to take it. And that's the inhibitor for their bot lane. Poppy in a bad position as well. The slow coming in from the Malphite.
Red team is just in a bad way. Bad positions all around. It's going to cost a lot of lives on their side. Zillion and Tristana, the only ones to make it out of that one alive. And even then, they might go down if blue team decides to push this. But it looks like they're going to back off for now. They got what they came for, those 2 inhibs. They're going to reset and maybe try to push up this top lane a little bit. Make their presence known all over the map.
And look at that 10k gold lead coming out from the blue team.
Absolutely. This one might be quickly turning into a hopeless situation here for the red team. Although I believe Baron buff has worn off now, so they are going to get a little bit of breathing there. Blue team also is going to set up for the dragon, so they're not going to be taking any lives just quite yet. But red team doesn't have any wards around the dragon. They are so caught up trying to defend their base, trying to.
It looks like another free one's going to be coming to the blue team. Red team's going to try and respond here. I think the DPS is going to be too much.
Absolutely, they have.
There goes the dragon. I look away for just a second. Malphite chasing the Poppy right now.
They leave blue team alone for 5 seconds, and they've already taken another dragon. Look at Malphite spearheading this assault. Even him by himself, red team doesn't want to mess with that. They know that could easily.
Look at that damage going out on the Lux from the Viger.
Yeah, even right now, it just 30 minutes in.
The slow's going to come in, but Malphite and Poppy are going to fight. Zillion's going to try to throw the bombs, but they don't look like they're in a good situation. Seppi's going to take down the Poppy, and Zillion's next to follow, but the ult is coming in, but Lux just stepping out too much, and Zillion's going to get blasted down again. The stun coming out onto Pantheon, and that's going to be...
Good God, the damage from the blue team. 2-shot, 3-shot, 4-shot. What more do you want? Blue team is going to sweep the board here with the ace.
And that's going to be the game for it.
From the Nexus. Malphite there with the dodge into the fountain just for the lulls at the end of the game. Look at that absolutely crazy end to this game.